Hey, and welcome. This is Chris Vaughn here. Hey, I want to share with you today 3 traps that will always keep you losing money or resources instead of saving money or creating money or resource. So 3 traps. I want to thank you for being with us. I want to ask you if you will like the video or the podcast, share it on social media, and also would love for you to leave us a review on iTunes if you're on either one. Hey, so there's 3 traps. Now, most of these traps are very similar, but I have seen so many people fall into these traps. And then at the end of this video, I have a special gift for you. I'm reading a blog one day, and this guy mentioned everything he had bought to try to do an online business. Everything. I mean, there was just a list. He bought this, he bought this, he bought this, he bought this. All these things he bought. And then he says, now what? So in other words, he didn't have a product, didn't have a thing, but he's spending all this money. And these are not cheap products at all. These are very expensive products to me. Some are not as expensive as others, but you know, if you buy 5 products and they range from $30 to $100 a month, and over that, you're going to be spending $200 to $400 a month just for the resources to do business. And you will have to do that if you want to have an online business. If you want to have any type of business, you're going to have to spend some money. You can't, it takes something. You know, you have to sow a seed to reap a harvest. So you have to work with something. So you have to do that. But the bad thing is he was just sowing seed, but he had no direction. So here's 3 traps. Number 1 trap, misplaced goals. And I want to ask you, what are the goals that you're wanting? It's one of the reasons why I encourage everybody to get the planner, do the planner, write down your goals. I write them down. I was actually told somebody this week, I said I do this every day, and they said, you do not. I opened it up and I started flipping through pages. They go, well, I guess you do. You need to not have misplaced goals. And again, and our next one will be very similar, but if you have a misplaced goal is almost as bad as not even having a goal. And if you do not have any goals in your life, you just wander aimlessly. And you'll get caught up in either chasing the wrong thing or not chasing anything. Usually you just quit chasing anything. And you start to believe what I call the que sera, sera theology. Whatever will be, will be. We don't know what's going to happen. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. And there's nothing that could be further from the truth. You hold within your hands and within your heart the power to not only create wealth, but also to direct your life. Like the old saying goes, and it's very trite, but it's very true. You may not can control the wind, but you can control the sails, and you can direct the ship. So make sure you do not have what I want to call misplaced goals that take you in the wrong direction. Be very clear about your goals. Number 2, confused values. Now, what are confused values? You know, a value, just list off a couple of good values here. Honesty, integrity, responsibility, frugality, quality, a giving spirit. One of the great values you will have is work. In 2019, I read headlines all over Facebook, see them on YouTube videos, sometimes on podcast, how to make a $100,000 launch in 9 days. My secret to making quick money. If your values are so confused, I just want to tell you the truth. You're going to have to work. There's no such really thing as passive income. You're going to have to put in some work. Now, it may become a little bit more automated, no question. And it may become passive in the sense that it generates, and I have some of that due to the fact I've written books and stuff, and they'll, you know, I'm not really doing a whole lot, and sometimes they'll still, you know, money trickles in. But if your values are confused, one of the values you need to have is you need to work, and you need to serve other people. And if you think that if you have a value set that, you know, you're not really going to work because, you know, you don't need to work and you're too good to work, that value set will always cause you to lose money and resources. Number 1, people will run away from that. Number 2, your real value set will become known. And once it's become known, then it's a very undermining issue. So a confused value. And so, and again, this is not a goal. A goal is where you want to go, but a value set actually speaks about who you are. You know, one of the great values you can have is integrity. You need to have integrity. And if you're looking for a get-rich-quick or a half-cheat system, you know, I've seen many people when it comes to certain business models, And nothing against multi-level, but I've seen certain people do it, especially with multi-level. They're really not involved or are interested in managing or what I'm going to call nurturing the relationship. They just need to sign somebody up, because if I sign somebody up, I get into a bonus round or a bonus payment. They don't really want that. They just want, they don't want to have the relationship and nurture the relationship and help them build a business. No, they just need 2 more people to sign up so they can make their $1,000 bonus. And really, that's all I need. And then next month, I need to sign some more up. You don't need to be that person. If your value is that confused, it will always cost you money in the long run. Third one. Again, some of these are very simple, but again, goals are where you're going. Values are who you are. But mindsets are the link between the two. And I'm going to call it wrong mindsets. There are so many mindsets that can cost you in the long run. One of them is a defeatist mindset, that you're never going to win, that winning's always for somebody else. Our society is rampant with this. Almost there's the haves and the have-nots. Almost as like somebody's up in heaven, or there's a there's a little group of people and they've planned that you can't have it, but they're going to keep it. Nothing could be further from the truth. But you know what? I love that verse which says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." If that's what you want, if that's the mindset you want to have, and the value set you want to have, and the work ethic you want to have, guess what? You're going to get exactly that. Your mindset should always be in an overcoming attitude. Again, goals are where you're going. Values are who you are. But mindsets connect the two so that you can continue and you can maintain. Because you may be a very integral person and you may have a great goal to serve humanity. But if you have a defeatist mindset, that will undermine the other two. You'll be honest and you will have a great goal. But your mindset of defeatism will always undermine you, and it will cost you. Another mindset, real quick, is what I'm going to call the scarcity mindset. Well, there's just not enough money to go around. I try and I can't. There's more money out there than you can imagine. There's more opportunity today than you can imagine. I'm still amazed that this thing has evolved. And I can make a video, I can do something, it can go around the world. It is profoundly powerful. It does more great things. Why have a scarcity mindset? Well, if anybody's going, I make $1 and lose $2. That is a scarcity mindset. Again, that has nothing to do with integrity, has nothing to do with the goal of where you're going. It has everything to do with who you are, of how you think. And your mindset should be that there's an abundance mindset. Got a pastor friend, we were talking one day, and I knew this about him. And he's a great guy. But anytime he had a guest speaker at his church, he would never, ever really try to get them, and bless and get them a good offering. Because, if those church people give, I won't have enough money for my offering. As if those people aren't giving to who they want to give. As if those people don't have more money to give. And I'm spending some time with him not long ago, and we were talking. He said, he goes, I got out of that scarcity mindset. I told him, a guy one day, we were talking about church and giving and stuff. I said, listen, if you can get people in a habit of giving to somebody else, they'll eventually give to you. I said, you're just being cheap and stingy. Well, I'm just, and we can justify so many things. I'm being a good steward, whatever. Don't have a scarcity mindset. And I'm not saying, act like you're crazy and, blow all your money. By no means. Have some wisdom. But don't look at it that there's only so much and there's not enough to go around, and if I try, it won't work. Scarcity mindsets, it'll cut you off before you even start. You'll have an opportunity to make some money in the long run, and you won't spend enough money to make it. Great example of scarcity mindset. I bought my first computer, this is 30 years ago, and it came with a 80 megabyte hard drive. That's how long ago. Megabyte. I dropped it down to 40 because that was going to save me $90. I'm talking to my dad about it. My dad said, son, how much did you save? I said, I saved $100. I was real proud of myself. He goes, how much would it cost you to go buy another 40 meg hard drive right now to replace it? I said, that'd probably be about $300. I scarcely saved $100 to get enough memory to do some of the things I had to do. This is back in the days of, floppy drives and stuff. I'm having to copy stuff off and compress stuff. It was the scarcity mindset of just, there's not enough, made me lose almost 3 times the value. I've never done it again. If it may cost a little bit more, we're going to do what we take. Why? It'll last longer. Scarcity mindset will always cost you. It is a trap, and you have to get out of it. So I want to encourage you. Hey, one of the things I want to do is I actually wrote a book, and this is actually a mock-up of the cover, but it's called 3 Traps That Keep You Chasing Money Instead of Making Money to Create the Life You Want. In it, after each chapter, in each chapter, I have little questions and stuff you can answer, things to hopefully stir you up. If you would like a free copy, and it'll be a PDF, it'll either be for a Kindle or a Nook, it'll be in one of those formats. If you would like a free copy of that, all you have to do is use the link below in the description, or go to 3traps.chrisvaughn.org, and I will send that book to you. And it's my gift to you, just so that you can read it, hopefully stir your life, your heart, and not fall into those traps. And to work so that you can have passive income and do exactly what the title says, create the life you dream. Hey, this is Chris Vaughn. And again, hey, thanks for watching. If you will, take a moment, subscribe to the video, and also give us a like, and also share the video. Let somebody else know. See you next week.